Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Jumping on today. I'm a day behind. But it's been super crazy. So I wasn't able to get on yesterday. And I knew I needed to get on today. So I know it's some random time, but I wanted to jump on and show some different ideas that you can do with this month's club. And I just want to go through and make sure that I am live on here. So if you do see me, if you jump on, let me know. And I don't hear an echo. So that's good. I think we're good to go. So some things that I have grabbed, I've got this month's napkins, or this month's napkin club. So this month's theme is the greatest gift. So I've grabbed the napkin club up here. I have the printables. I'm going to be doing the printables first, I think. This is just my little plant, but it's going to go in this little pot. I don't even know if everything is like set up correctly here. We've been moving and grooving and packing orders and doing all the things, and it's just been kookalooka crazy. I think the last live I did was on Saturday when you guys packed some orders with me, so I've not done any crafting. Let's see what we've got here. I need to move this way a little bit. So I'm going to play with some printables. I'm going to play with some of the transfers from this month's membership kit as well. So this month's theme is the greatest gift. So that's what we're going to be playing with. I think I'll do the transfers first because it's the easiest. This little clipboard I get these at Walmart, used to have them, and they were like $1.25. You might still be able to find them, but they're super inexpensive. But I think this would be a super cute background for one of the transfers. I think I might do this one because I have some greenery. Let me check my stash. Let me know where you're watching from when you jump on. I've got some of this fox stuff that I think would look cute with that. All right. I've got a whole stack of stuff up here I want to play with. Diane! Oh, Diane's listening while she works. Diane, we'll try and be quiet for you. We do not want to get you in trouble. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead. We'll do this rub-on transfer first. So these are the transfers for this month. They are the greatest gift. Again, so you can see we've already played with a bunch of these, and I've seen some adorable projects coming out in the membership group. But I only got to play with them that one night because you guys, I didn't go live last week. Well, I went live on Saturday to do the to do some packing of orders, but I just have not had a chance. Now this is a little deceiving because you would think the middle of the design is like this, where her little thing is, but it's not quite. Let me change this so you guys can view better. Oh, you probably don't want that plant like up in your face. Let me move that. Oh, she has earbuds in. I don't blame you. Back when I worked at had an actual job I went to, it was retail, so we couldn't do that. But if I was stocking freight or something, I definitely would have done that. Kind of like being in my little zone. But with the transfers, these are so easy. You're just going to peel and stick. Just trying to figure out. I think I'm going to push it all the way to the bottom, I think. Because that way if you clipped something on it, then it's not going to go over the design. So these are sized small, on the smaller side, so you can use them for ornaments or any other smaller projects, cards. They should be great for like little cards, little gift tags would be another good idea for this one. Now, if I remember correctly, when I was using these little cutting, or they're not cutting boards, these little boards before, sometimes it doesn't stick. Oh no, this is sticking really well. I'm like, sometimes this has like almost like a powder finish and it doesn't stick as well. Hey, Kelly. And But this one doesn't. It's actually the one I'm gonna do next. It's this one that I get from what is it, the Japanese dollar store. This one doesn't stick. It doesn't stick very well on the transfers. I think because the finish, whatever that finish is kind of dusty. I'm just worried about the little stars. So it doesn't stick very well to that. But we're going to decoupage that today. I'm actually going to use this printable for that. Just make sure our little stars are on there. Can't really see these stars in this paint, but still try and get them on there. So the big debate in the office here is, are you decorating for Christmas yet or are you not? So we've got 2 girls that already have their Christmas trees up. I probably would if I wasn't afraid to ask my husband to get the boxes down. Can you just put the Halloween up? I mean, technically he probably should have just brought the Christmas down while he was up there putting the Halloween up, right? I have no time. I don't know when I would decorate, but typically we're an after Thanksgiving decorator. Now I know some of you in the group are like have multiple trees and you have to get all of those. I'm sure it takes time to get all of those up. We're not that fancy here. I do not have Christmas flowers, I don't think. Let me see what else I have. That's fall. Ooh. I've got jingle bells. I do have Christmas ribbon. Ooh, what do we have up here? Oh, I already have some of these already cut. Ooh, I have pine cones might work. I'm like, I've got that little thing right there. I feel like I'm going to need another one if I'm going to use that. Oh, I've got this little guy. I don't know if I wanted a piece quite that big. I wanted some greenery, but not like, you know, not like a ton. All right, I'm just shoving them in here right now just so I can kind of get an idea of what it would look like. I do have some bows in here that are already done. I feel like that would need a more natural one. Weird that these ones are laying that way and this was like a fatter one. Diane, would using a fine sandpaper help before you stick one on? Yeah, the sandpaper could get the dust off. The biggest thing is you are going to want to make sure that the surface is like clean. Like I would actually take like a wet rag or a wet, like I have my microfiber and like get the dust off of it and then try and stick it. It's the dust that's going to keep it from adhering. I don't know how crazy I want to get with this stuff. It's the dust that keeps it from adhering. So whenever people are having issues, maybe I do want it kind of bigger. Whenever people are having issues, that tends to be the issue, is there's dust or something that's keeping the actual transfer from sticking. I'm going to move this over here for a minute. We'll finish one project before we get on to the next one. And I'm going to, I love this red and white twine that I have, but I always tend to have more natural, my stuff is like more natural, so I always feel like it sticks out. Like it just draws too much attention. All right, I'm going to stick these back here. I'll do my bow first and then we'll stick those on there. All right, I am going to go with more natural. You guys, why do I even bother? I don't know why I have different twines and stuff when you know I just stick to the same old, same old. I'm like completely out of it today. It's been a rough couple weeks. I'm not going to lie. We've been super busy. We've sold out of a couple of different items. We've oversold a couple different items and have had to fix that. It's just been a lot. I don't think I'm getting enough rest either. So there's that. I'm telling you, I definitely didn't feel like going live today. I was like, I'm not all like peppy and hyped up. I've got my fake coffee here. I don't think it's kicked in. I had a cookie before I went on. I got myself a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie. I was like, okay, come on, Melanie, you can do it. You can do it. I had to hype myself up. All right, what was I going to put in the back of this? Was I going to use that ribbon? I wanted something more natural. What else do we got? Ooh. All right, I think we're going to go with that. Yeah, so I totally had to hype myself up. It's been a doozy of a day, I swear. Even my son was noticing it started like last week. It's been a doozy of a day. It's been a doozy of a week or two. It started last week, and even my son on Saturday was like, Mom, this is just not our day. And I was like, yeah. So it's been that way like every day. I know it's the enemy. So we fight through it, but dang, if it's not hard sometimes to just show up. Oh, thank you, Deborah. All right, so I think I'm going to stick that behind there. All right, I'm going to jam all this stuff like back here. So because I want to be able to use this clippy thing is the whole point. All right, I did have the glue gun on. So luckily this has this little knobby thing here that we can just kind of jam everything in. Hopefully you guys can still see. I didn't even check my cameras or anything before I went on, and then I realized everything's kind of wonky. All right, gotta jam my greenery in there. I'm sticking it to myself. All right. I might trim some of these tails here. I just wanted to get it in there. Yeah, I walked around for like the last hour. I was telling Megan, I'm like, I need to make something. I need to go live and I need to make something. I don't know what I'm making. So I just walked around and found stuff. Not that it's hard when you're a crafter. Like we have all this stuff, right? I collect all this stuff I'm going to do something with someday. All right, making sure that I can still, ooh. All right, I'm going to pinch it like that so it can get in there. Now we still have this little, the little top here where my thumb is that you can't see. Just making sure that that's stuck down really well. We still have this little thing here that we could make, we could put that. I don't know about that. That would be cute there though. But if I do that, I'm not going to be able to close it anymore. So you almost need something flat. Let's see what we have. Oh, that could be cute. Okay, we're going with that. These little burlap flowers have come in so handy. All right. And then I'll probably trim the little tails here. We're a little bit long on that side. Just clean up the little tails there. All right, so we have one little, move this back, one little guy that we can make here. Again, it's a little aggressive, but I kind of like it bigger like that. So this was using one of the rub-on transfers from this month's kit. So we'll switch over to printables. Leave that there. I can leave that there so that you can see it. We'll switch over to the printables. All right, the printables, I wanted to use this one. Now, if you guys were on the live that I did when we did the unboxing of these, remember how I cut it wrong and I jacked it up? I was trying to cut above the title and I actually cut the title. So now I have this sheet, and you could throw it away because it's printables and you could just print a new one, but in true crafter style, I'm not throwing anything away. Hey Pam, happy Wednesday. So I kept it because I was like, I'll find something to do with it. And I had an idea. So I have this sheet, and then I also have this sheet. If you remember correctly, if you watched that one, I actually cut this the wrong size too. It was actually too small. So I had to print out another one or get another one. And so I actually have that corner. I have this corner, which may work. I think I can use this too because I was just going to cut it from here. So I have these little planner boxes that I get from, is it Daiso? The little Japanese dollar store. And before I got on, I was like, oh, look, I knew I was going to find something that would work. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on here. And so my thought is I'm going to do one side this, and I'm going to do one side this one, and then I'm going to use the music for the other sides. So these ones I can go ahead and get started with. I'm kind of scared to get out the paper cutter again because you know I'm going to have to do it for this. You know what? Before I stick these down, let's do it now. We'll get the suspense over. So this is how I messed it up the first time. I got this handy dandy Work Lion paper cutter. I'm used to the guillotine one that I have in the office. And so it's been hard for me to figure out how big things are before I actually cut them. But since I have the size that I need, because the cutter's in here, it's not at the end, which I think that's what's messing me up. So for right now, we can at least cut the ends off. Yeah, this has been, this thing was supposed to make my life easier. I don't even know how to get that out of there. Oh, sheesh. Well, that's its home now. All right, we're going to leave it. This is like every day for me, like everything. I'm just like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Hey, Nona. So, oh, look, I just cut nothing off that time. Oh, no, I didn't. It worked. Oh, this thing, I swear. All right, well, we're going to use the scissors and just do the rest of that. I don't know about this thing. I might be sending it back to Amazon. I'm not smart enough to use it, I don't think. All right, I feel like we could take a little bit off, but I don't want to get aggressive. I'm not going any more than that. Is this thing, is math involved with this? Like maybe that's why I can't do it. All right, so we're going to stick this thing through here. We've already got the other sheets that I've got the bottom that I've already cut from other things that I've messed up. What the heck? Oh, it opens. Hey, look at that. All right, well, that's how you get the stuff out. Oh my gosh. Hey, Cindy. You guys, I swear, I didn't even know that lifted up. There was probably a tutorial on this or something that I obviously didn't watch. Okay, so now I can see where my line is. I'm just so used to cutting on this edge because we use the one in the office, like that thing every day. I'm just so used to this being the edge that I can't wrap my brain around that this is not the edge. All right, so we put it down. We make sure it's straight. All right. Okay, this is my key. I'm just going to lift that thing up every time because that's what's messing me up. Okay, then I can use, I know this one is the right size here. So then I can use this. Well, let's see what it needs to be. At the 6. Okay. That doesn't help me. Wait, how come I can't figure this out? Oh. All right, I'm going to do it this way. Going to give myself a little extra because you know I'm going to mess it up. All right, we're going to go with that. Theoretically, I'll move it a little bit so that if I want to use this other part for words. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Those cutters always give me, oh, Kelly, you have problems too? Dude, I don't know what is wrong with me. Like, it's like my brain doesn't work. Maybe if I only ever used this one, then I would get it, but I'm constantly cutting the wrong way. All right, we're going with that. All right, and then from here, we're not even gonna use that. All right, we're done with the work line for today. We're putting that away. We're going old school, and we're just gonna cut this line here because I'm gonna sand off these edges anyway, so it's not gonna matter. Oh my gosh, if you can feel my sweaty armpits right now over this stupid guillotine. Ah. All right, coffee break. All right, we can do this. Okay, we've got our 4 pieces. Also, I was just thinking what would be so cute around this. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think what I have. I was thinking like edging would be cute here, but you know, you don't want to use the ribbon that I have. Like you could do an edge like so. Would be super cute. I'm not sure this is the right pattern. This might be a little too bright. I know you don't want to see more checker. Maybe we can even do our twine. We might be. What the heck? Ooh, we might be able to do that. All right, I'm thinking as I go. All right, we'll do the front first because I want it to look pretty. Ooh, look at that. I even refilled my water. That never happens. All right, so we're just going to decoupage this just like you would a napkin. So again, we're working with our printables. This is this month's printables. I'm using the hem right now. I'm going to go with, this is the front. It kind of doesn't even matter because the box is the same all the way around. And we're going to be decoupaging all 4 sides. So it doesn't matter. Now, when we do the paper, oh my gosh, of course I got too much. All right, so we're just gonna put it on the other side. You do need to be generous with the decoupage, but you know me, I have a super, oh, you can't even see me. I have a super heavy hand, and so I've gotten enough for 2 sides. So we'll just do 2 sides at once and it'll be fine. Nothing going to waste today. Okay, what I'm going to concentrate on is keeping the top level as level as I can. Now this piece I had already cut, so it's not cut to a certain size. So it is like the tiniest hair too small. And nobody's gonna know. I was listening to you as I was taking advantage of, taking advantage of the solo the Lord has sent. My clothesline, done for the day. That is wonderful. You know we love some good sunshine. I'm an Arizona girl. Like we love, I just took my hand in that. We love the sun. All right, so we're just gonna tap that under there. So you just want to make sure that it's all the way on. Now again, this one I cut was from something else. So it's got a little extra there. That's fine. Okay, we're going to go through. I do have a fan on in here, so this was kind of drying as I was chitty chatting. So we're going to come back through. If it does dry on you, you could just use the iron method and just do the iron. I don't have my iron on. It doesn't take that long, but I was just going to do the old-fashioned method. I should say the original method, right? Not necessarily old-fashioned. Oh, Deborah's in Colorado. Do you have snow there yet, Deborah? My mom's in Colorado, and I didn't even ask her. Okay, so I am going to go over just a teeny bit. So I'll show you, I went over just like the tiniest amount, and I did that because I'm actually going to sand it. And that will give me some grace on where the sides don't meet up that great, so that I can put I'm going to put some twine there, I think. All right. So there's our first two sides. Then we can go do our next side here. And that's probably way too much Mod Podge again. I'm just going to leave it on the brush this time, because it was drying way too fast. And then I'm just alternating the music and the images. So this one, I'm going to come in with my Holly. So I can either, I think I'm going to have it coming down like this. Could have done it either way. I'm going to bring it all the way up to where this one's coming off there. Now, if you can have a really straight edge like on the top, it does make it easier to like just line that up. And I am gonna have to get my work line out again, just because I want a nice smooth edge on that one, on this edge right here. So I'm just gonna make sure it's straight on here. And I'm just taking the smallest little part of this off. I just don't want that white on there. Hey, look at me, I figured it out. Well, I figured that one part out. Not gonna give myself too much credit there. Ugh, I still don't know, I'm on the fence about that thing. Okay, we're gonna wanna make sure that as we're working, we have our words going the right direction so that you're not upside downy. Right, I'm not going to use as much Mod Podge that time. I like that brush. That's one of the bigger ones that we sell on the website. It's such a nice brush. It's good coverage. Okay. All right, and then I'm just kind of bending it around the edges. Because this is a thicker paper, you are able to like work it a little bit more. Okay, so now we can come back in with our sander and we can clean up these edges. We are going to want to be careful. What? Deborah said she got 21 inches. Hey, Linda. Linda's over on YouTube. Hey, y'all, I don't think I'll ever figure out how to make my phone right. Wait, Linda, are you on YouTube and Facebook? Linda's got me in surround sound. I love it. Girl. You know, I send the notifications and I don't even think I get the notifications. All right, we're going to start with the one that we started with. And we'll just go ahead and we're just going to take the bottom off of this one because that one pretty much fit except for the bottom. Oh, and it is thicker, so it's going to take a little elbow grease to get it off. Just make sure when you're using the sander, you're only sanding the one direction. You don't want to go back and forth because then it will like peel it off, or like rip it back up. And we don't want that. All right, so we did that one, and then we'll go ahead and do this one next. Now, what we can do, like I'm going to try this actually. All right, I'm turning my iron on. Is I am noticing some bubbles, and I'm wondering if we hit it with the iron afterwards, if we can iron those out. I've never done that before. I think I've read that you can, so I'm going to try it. Okay, so now this is what can happen because we had some of the papers going this way and some of the papers going that way. It actually started like lifting up my paper that was going the other direction because that was over, but they were overlapped. So what we can do is we're going to come in here and we're just going to push these back down. And this is why I wanted to do something on the corners because, and you could antique too. That's another way that you could hide it. If you're worried about that happening, you could also just do one section of these at a time. Let it dry, do your sanding, then add the other section. So not being in a hurry is probably good when you're crafting. All right, we've got that down. Okay, so this one, just going to be a little bit more careful. I think what happened is right when I break through, if I stop, then I won't have that issue. Yeah, see if I just stop right when it breaks through, I'm going to just clip this little section down here because that's actually going to come off too. Then I don't have the other side coming off. However, I did miss a little bit of Mod Podge here on this corner, so I'm just going to hit it again. All right, our iron says it's ready, but we're not ready for the iron. Okay, I'm going to come through here. Bottom. Again, this will be easier based on the thickness of your paper. This is printed on 32 pound, so it is a little thicker than normal printer paper. I just like how I get the really vibrant colors. Okay, I missed the corner on this one too. Well, I'll do it afterwards so that. I just love these little boxes. I think they're so versatile. You could put a candle in here. You could put, I've got this little plant to put in here just because I don't have my Christmas plants out yet. I thought I had poinsettias somewhere, but I don't think I have them out. Or did I use them to decorate? Nope, I didn't. I was thinking I might have used them to decorate the wall behind me, but not the case. Okay, that part just wanted to curl a little bit, so we're going to push that back down, and then we want to hit this corner was the one that was coming up. So we're going to hit that as well. All right, we'll get our little scrappies picked up here. Okay, and then let's see if we can, I don't know if you can see, like I've got some little bubbling happening right here. This one's perfectly smooth. It's just which weird, this one's perfectly smooth too. It's just the ones that have the music notes. Very odd. Okay, that one we just added more Mod Podge, so let's do this one. All right, let's see if this works. I think I did read somewhere that you could do this to push the bubbles out. I don't know why not. Like, it's already dry, which is how we do the other Mod Podge, right? That works like a charm. I don't know if you can see. It's crystal smooth now. All right, so that's how you fix that. So you'll see this one. I don't know if you can see the bubbles in it. It's not huge, just as you can see, it's not as smooth. It's not as smooth as the other two sides. So if you need a cheat, whoa, I just emailed creases in my wax paper on how to smooth out the bubbles. There you go. Fixed. Look at that, we just learned a hack. Maybe y'all knew it. Okay, so what I'm thinking, oh, I was like, what did I do with it? No, like, I'm thinking almost if I do it, I want to put it on the inside and then just wrap it around the corner. I think that's what we're going to do. Because if I tack it to the inside, then when I put whatever is going to be on the inside, you're not going to see that. Because otherwise you're just going to have like a frayed thing here. So let's do that. So we'll just put a little dab of glue in there. It wants to stick to everything except. All right, and then we can put our little glue here. And I'm going to take this slow because I'm going to try and make sure we have a decent straight line here. Do I have it in camera so you can see? Okay, good. And again, you don't have to add this little extra. You could do antique. Now, because we are wrapping it around the bottom, it is going to almost be like feet, but I just cut it and then kind of filleted it flat because I was trying to make it so that it wouldn't raise the bottom like so we don't have it like rocky. All right, we've got one down. I'm going to do the opposite corner. I got all kinds of glue on my precision transfer tool. All right, and then we'll just come along, and again, this just helps us hide our seam here. I'm trying to use the smallest amount of glue. Can you hear me like not breathing? Holding the breath, holding the breath. I gotta quit touching it so soon. Okay. Then again, the sharper scissors you can have for this part, the better off. Do a little dab there. And then I'm just pressing it flat on there. All right, so we've got two of our sides done. Oops, can you see it? You can't even see it because I'm little there. So we've got one side, 2 sides done, then we'll do the other 2. You could find a box too at, look for them at like a thrift store too. I'm sure they have tons of, you know, little boxes, even cardboard ones that you could use and do the same thing. I think the most challenging spot is just to get it lined up the first time and not touch it too soon. Got a little glue blobs. All right, cut it, and then we only have one more side to do on this one. Well, that one's already stuck. You could put little treats in here too. Desk candy. All the desk candy gets eaten here. Probably because I got a little running around. Is anyone still crafting fall stuff, or have you guys all moved on to Christmas? I almost feel like we skipped right over fall. I know we did fall early, but I can't believe Thanksgiving's almost here. Everything is going so fast. The older I get, the faster things go. That's how I feel anyway. All right, so we got our last little foot here. Oops, I gotta cut it first. Cut it. My glue is gonna dry before we even get there. Alrighty, I'll go back to this view. So here we have, oh, it's like stuck. There we go. Here we have our little box. So what I would do with this, after you clean all your million glue strings off of it, is, again, I like the little poinsettias better, but mine are still packed up. But this one's cute and it says "Have a good day." But you could put a little plant in here. You could use this on your desk to put your pens and pencils on here. You can use it for all your little paintbrushes, so cute, or pencils, you know, scissors, all the things. Candy. I'm just going to tab this. My little string started to come up here. Didn't get that one little string. There we go. So many different uses for this. Cute little box that we took. I should have took a before picture, so I don't have a before and after. But so fun. All right, so that's another idea. Again, that's just using the Printables Club. So what do we have next? We have the Napkin Club. I had this little guy. I almost think this will work. This is a Dollar Tree. I was almost thinking I was going to paint it, but then I don't know if I would need to paint it. All right, let me see what we got. Got good news. What child is this? And then we've already done something with that design, so I do feel like we probably need to do something with this one. All right, we'll put that back over here. I don't know if I want to paint this. Let's see what colors that I have. I don't know if this one is like super Christmassy or not. I don't want to clash. I feel like we could get away with this one. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn this iron off. We're gonna go ahead and prep with this one. Kelly Jean says, so cute. Thank you. All right, I got it. My brush is a little dry. Okay, so I do have the Waverly Celery. Looks like the closest color to that napkin, so we're just gonna go with this. This may or may not match your Christmas decor. It is pretty, it's a pretty muted green though. Let me go back to this one so you guys can see what I'm doing. So you could probably get away with just leaving this the color that it is, but we'll go ahead and we'll hit it with a background color. And there is 2 napkins in this, so you could do 2 of these on here, like if you wanted a front and a back. But I'm just going to do a light coat of the Waverly in Celery. I like the chalk paint because it does do a really good job of covering without a lot of effort. And just come in here with that. I'm not going to paint the inside, so I just kind of wiped that where it wanted to drip in there. There we go. If we put our hand inside, we can kind of just hold it and paint. One of my favorite things about all of these club designs is how they all kind of go together. So if you were doing home decor, everything should be for the most part matchy-matchy. Just got the little seam in here. You kind of have to get work in there a little bit. Now you could splotch this, like if you had a sponge, you could splotch it a little bit. If you didn't want as smooth of a paint surface. All right, I'm just thinning some of this out here. Got it kind of thick on some other spots. Okay, and then I'm just gonna come around the top. Not going on the inside. If it gets in there, I'm just gonna kind of smooth it out. Gotta make sure I get under the lip. Okay, got a decent coat there. So we're gonna let that dry and then we'll get our, you could always fill that box with chocolate covered pretzel rods and give it for Christmas. That's a great idea. Any type of little candies or anything, you could totally put it in there and put some cellophane over it. That's a great idea, especially for like neighbor gifts, if you're still looking for neighbors gifts. I love that idea, Linda. Okay, we're gonna get our napkin ready. Scoochy, scoochy. All right, that's wet, so I don't want to go back there. I'm gonna go completely off camera here. Okay, well, we can put this on there because actually we'll just leave this on top of it like so. Okay, so for this one, I am going to decoupage edge the outside of this because I kind of wanted to fade into that paint. That's why we painted it. Now, if you didn't want it to, if you didn't do the paint and you were just going to do the design, you could cut out around it so it was just like the same shape as the design. But we're going to do the decoupage edge, and we are going to, actually, I'm not going to separate it first. I was going to separate it first, and then I was like, what am I doing? All right, so we'll bring our water back out here. Now this whole design isn't going to fit. I do want the words, but I think I'm gonna lose the star. That's still wet, obviously. I think I'm gonna lose the star because it's pretty much gonna end over Joseph's head if I want the words on there. So I'll just keep that in mind. And I'm probably just gonna follow along in the design on this edge that it has. So you just take your water pen or dip your paintbrush in water, and then you're just going to tear. So you kind of draw where you want it, and then you're just going to tear it, and that's going to give it that kind of soft frayed edge. And I just go a little bit at a time. The most important part is just going to be around like the shape that you want, and then just to make sure that you get all of the elements that you want. So if you're working with a flower pattern or like this one, we just want to make sure that we get the Isaiah, that I don't lose that part because I do want it as part of my design. You can also just tear it without doing the water too. It's a little rougher tear, but you could use like your fingernails and tear it. Come back around to the top. So you can see this part wasn't wet when I tore it, and it's just like it's not as a like rough tear. So it really just depends on the look that you want. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm left with. And again, if you want to like adjust it, you could add more water. You can like tear different parts that you don't like. Like if you wanted it more round looking, or maybe you don't like that jagged edge, you can come in and take that off. But from here, we are going to separate it. Sometimes it's easier to separate it when it's torn like this. Sometimes it's not. All right, so I only got one layer there. I need to get the layer behind that one. Yep, that didn't do it. All right. So for this time, I only got the one layer of the 3 off. So there's still 2 layers on here. I got to get the second layer off. All right, that didn't want to do it. Usually I can find like a little edge or something where it's already, there we go, where it's already separating, and then you can just kind of coax it. How you'll know you get the last one, hey Teresa, is you'll be able to almost see through the design. So you see how this is the back, but we can see the front? That's how you're going to know that you've got just the top layer. So you can see even on the white, like with the one layer, this is, still has a lot of the green showing through, or teal or whatever this is. I still have a lot of paint on this. All right, just use that to get some of the extra paint yet, and I'm gonna hit it with the heat gun real quick. You know me and a heavy hand. Now this is actually the side, not even the front, but I just know I'm gonna stick my hand in it because that's just what always happens. Oh, you know what? I said I got these at Dollar Tree and I didn't because I'm just seeing the logo in there. I actually got this at IKEA. I see the little IKEA sticker in there. So these were IKEA. Okay, so then we find the front and all right, if I want the Isaiah in there, and granted, it has a little bit of some, you can't even see what I'm doing. It has this little base on the bottom. So to get the wording, I'm almost wondering. I can drop it down and I can move the wording on top. Or if I want, actually, I think I'm going to, oh, I'm so hesitant. All right, I think it's going to have to be like that. And just the very tippy top of Joseph's head is going to get cut off. I'm not okay with that. All right. See, this is what happens sometimes. Okay. So we're going to go through and we're going to separate the wording so that I can put the wording where I want to put the wording. That's what we're going to do. All right. So we're going to keep the wording over here, but we're going to, I'm actually going to move the manger scene down and then I'm going to put the wording over the top. All right. So since we're going to do that, we will kind of take the, I'm going to take the napkin a little bit closer around Mary and Joseph. I'm like worried that my letters are going to blow away there. Let me put something on them. You know, sometimes this is how it is. We just have to keep playing with things till we get what we want. And then I almost think we need to come in a little bit more on this side just so we don't have so much extra on this side. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to bring this all the way down here. And to apply it, I'm going to line it up where I want it. Make sure I've got it kind of centered. I'm going to keep my thumb there. And I'm going to do the half and half. So I'm going to apply half of the Mod Podge and do one side. And then I'm going to apply the other half. You know, I don't, this brush is not as soft as the last one I was using. Not a fan. Now you will see some of the Mod Podge, like a different text sheen of the Mod Podge of the kind that I'm using. I think this is matte. So I am being careful to only take it as far as I need to take it. So just going slowly. Also, once I have it applied, I don't want to be touching this design too much or at all if possible. Because with the napkin, you don't have that much grace. All right, so we've got half of it on there. there is like the littlest bubble there. All right, we're going to there we go. Usually I have a saran wrap or a Ziploc bag. Hey, Cynthia. But I must have got rid of it when I cleaned my little desk. All right, so just the tiniest amount. And I'm just gonna come in here and work it out. Sorry if I'm backwards and you can't see what I'm doing here. And then you can come through and hit the edges. Okay. This is wet, so I'm going to be careful when I take this off. But I'm going to go through and press it, and then I'm going to just do a little drag. Still getting any issues there. Okay. It's always a fine line between overworking and, you know, getting it where you want it. So that part right there is bugging me, but I'm not going to worry about it. Worst case scenario, because this is a semi-flat, we can come back and hit it with the iron, but I just have like a little bit of bubbling right here. But we're going to go ahead and leave that for right now. I can't promise I won't mess with it later. All right, and then we can come over here. Now it does look like I'm going to lose the Isaiah, so I'm going to go ahead and just tear the Isaiah off with my fingernails. I don't have enough room to have the Isaiah and the rest of it, so it's okay. We'll just go ahead and, because I'd rather at least have this part, the Unto Us a Child is Born part, because that's my favorite part. All right, so I just did my around it, and then I'm gonna have to mess with it a little bit because I've still got the staff up here. You guys see what I'm working on? Okay. I've just got the little bit of the staff. So I probably could have left a little bit more of the design here. That would have helped even this out a little bit, but hindsight 2020. All right, still just tearing little spots off so that the second piece of napkin isn't going over the staff. Okay, I'm going to just put that there. And then I need to use like the smallest amount of Mod Podge. So I'm going to take it on my paper towel here because you guys know me. I'm just going to use too much. It's what I do. Okay, so going over. And I always feel like the words are kind of the most important part to try and get flat so that people can actually read them. All right, and then we're just going to come back in here. And work it back out the other way. And I'm just using like the slightest feathery, lightest pressure to just tack it down. Literally, you're just kind of feathering over it. And then I'm gonna mess with it too much. All right. So let's hit that with the heat gun. I'm gonna turn the iron on again and see if I can just smooth it out a little bit. Now that I have experienced nice smooth decoupage with iron, kind of spoiled. Got little pieces of my napkin flying everywhere. Don't touch the metal pot after heating it with the glue gun or with the heat gun. That looks pretty good. All right, I don't want to touch the hot spot because it has. So you can see it's faded away in there really well. Again, this would be a great piece for, just have that little bubble there. This would be a great piece to put gifts in, like to put treats in. And to with that, Linda, I think that was your idea. I'm just gonna see. I'm like, let me just see. I just that little spot. I don't. This is a round surface, so it's hard to see. It does. It presses it back out. Have one little. Oh, you know what? And that just did it. I heated it up, and then I was able to push it back down. So let me go back to this view. All right, so here's our little, oops, gotta do it so that you can see our little nativity pot. So you could put a cute little, a poinsettia. The smaller poinsettias would be really cute in here too. I wouldn't add a bow or anything to it, but you definitely could if you wanted to do like a little something on the side. But I think that would just be cute with a plant in it, which I don't think I have a plant in here. I had one that I was using for pictures. It was like a fake. Where did it go? It was one that fits in this size so that you can get a visual. And I'm like, I don't know what I did. Oh, maybe it's in here. Hello. Hallelujah. All right. So now you can see how cute it would be. Picture this as like a poinsettia or something like actual. Put that up there. Do it this way. Is it backwards or is it forwards? Like so cute. You could put this in your bathroom or your kitchen. I knew I had a plant. That was making me crazy there for a second. Okay, so we did, this was with the Napkin Club. So one of the Napkin Club designs we made this pot with. Then we made this cute little box with the Printables Club. So this is with the bonus print from this month. Let me get a little closer so you can see. I feel like this is the front. That was my vision. This would be the front. And again, that was the Printables Club that I messed up on last week. And then we also did this cute little clipboard. You could put one of your scripture sprinkles on there and give this as a gift as well. So cute. And this is with the rub-on transfers from the rub-on transfer kit of this month, which is the greatest gift one. So those are just 3 ideas of things that you could make and gift with your club memberships this month. So I will, I'll hop off here and take a picture of it so that you guys can see them all like finished. I did this one kind of big, but I kind of like it. This is a little much at the top, but I kind of like it. So let me know if you have a favorite. I might have to go put this one out because it's so cute. I might go put this on my little stand when you walk in. Love it. So we do have memberships available right now. I know we're getting super close on the Crafting and Christ Kit Club. For those of you that aren't in it, this is the project for this month's Crafting and Christ Kit. This is what you're going to be doing at the live Crafting and Christ event. And then we have, oh my gosh, ladies, is it this Thursday or next Thursday that we have our bonus craft night? These are things I need to look at before I jump on the live. Phew, it's next Thursday. It's not tomorrow. So next Thursday, we're going to be doing a project with Jenga blocks. I have them all up here. We're going to be making the cutest little nativity project with Jenga blocks. So check your email. That email went out. I'm so late getting the email this month, but it went out already, and it has the supply list. I should probably put it in the group because I don't think I've done that. We're going to be doing that next Thursday, and then the last Saturday of the month, we'll be doing the little tree project. And I already have people asking for more trees. We will probably, as it is right now, we'll have extra kids unless we have people join between now and then. If we do, then I might not have as many. But we've got them all ready to pack. So I'll just know how many are left once all the kit memberships go through. On the 15th, so 2 more days, we have a bunch of other people that their payments go through, and then I'll know how many we have left over. But the Printables Club, you can join and access immediately. You can download your prints right away. And then we still have Rub-On Transfer Club memberships. So that's where you get a set of transfers each month. So you get the greatest gift ones. Those, you still get a free mat when you join. And so that, I put a link on the video for those of you that aren't members. I know a lot of people on here are members already, but yeah, that's it for today. So I'll take a picture of these and post them so that you can see them better, the finished project. Keep sharing your projects with your clubs and your napkins and all the things, because we all need inspiration for gifts right now because we're crafting and gifting. So until next week, you guys, happy crafting.